Hi, welcome to episode 14 of Wrestling Entertainment. I'm Sean Hyland.
And I'm the star of the show.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
We'll get straight into it. We just watched the most recent Raw, so we're about to review it.
This is going to be interesting. Now, I'd like to say that I've actually watched both Raw and SmackDown, or Raw and Impact this week. SmackDown's kind of the B show, the show in between that no one really cares about. Anyways, now Raw didn't really feel like it was a wrestling show or an entertaining show for me, or an entertainment show, I should say. However, it did start surprisingly well. I did actually like Ryback's match, more or less, but here's what I have to say about it. Ryback, he's definitely a credible main eventer, a credible world champion. I liked his music, but his phrase is fucking gay, okay? Kevin Steen has kill, Steen, kill. Samoa Joe has Joe's gonna kill you, and Ryback has feed me more. Now, if this was Blue Meanie, I would understand feed me more, but this just was not good at all. His opponent wearing pink.
Titus O'Neil. Yeah.
There are a number of colours you can choose from. It doesn't have to be pink. Now, with that said, out comes Vicky Guerrero, and now I can understand fully why Eddie Guerrero died. If I had a wife like that, I'd die of a heart attack as well. CM Punk's promo. Now, this was with Paul Heyman and Vicky Guerrero backstage. Didn't do anything for me. The Divas match. Now, this was highly crap. This was some professional bullshit right here. Now, what I'd like to say about this match is Angel Williams, you might know her as Angelina Love, did not get a job with the WWE and was able to appear on a main show because she wasn't considered pretty enough to be a diva. Now, with that said, I'd like to say that they've obviously lowered their standards because both those divas were highly undesirable women, and that was said in a very PG way. They were fucking ugly. Now, with that being said, also, we go to a match with Rey Mysterio and Bryan Danielson. Now, I think I should call him Daniel Bryan here as his WWE name because his match was of WWE quality, and this was a boring match. Really didn't like it. There's a boring backstage interview with one of them being Tyler Black, who you probably don't know who I'm talking about. Michael Cole was the interviewer. You definitely know who that is. Did nothing for me. Now, the overall pace of the show I thought was really slow and really boring, which obviously means that 3 hours of TV is just way too much, especially for Raw. Like, the audience was pretty dead, apart from the very start. But, yeah, overall, Raw, just boring matches, boring promos. There wasn't a lot good for me to say about it. Greg Harley, again, he was quite boring to watch in this match. Now, TNA, or WWE the second, again, it didn't feel so much like a wrestling show to me. The opening is something I'll definitely talk about. It doesn't matter what company it is, but I hate it when the first thing you go to is what happened last week. The way I view it is that if you have a TV show, you should make the most of the time you have and not review what's already happened. It just doesn't make sense to me. Austin Aries, he's fucking awesome. He's definitely the best guy in the WWE and TNA right now. He's just number one, no doubt about it. Hulk Hogan starts off the show, and that's where the downward slide continues. However, I did love what Austin Aries said about Brooke Hogan. I would have said the same thing. The show did have a less PG feel, and it's definitely the superior show out of anything WWE or the second WWE is producing. Rude promo was good. Now, the best match I think that happened this week would have had to have been Bobby Roode versus Christian York. It was a decent match. It was decent pace. It was decent intensity, and I'll definitely watch that again. Mickey vs. Gale. Now, the knockouts shit all over the Divas, enough said. Gut check. Now, this is something to talk about. Taz, Bruce Fat-Ass Pritchard, and D'Lo Brown, they all seem to say that his match last week, and I'm talking about Wes Briscoe's match last week, wasn't that good. No fucking shit. He was Garrett Bischoff. The fuck do you think? Come on. Aries vs. RVD. I was actually quite bored by that match. Hogan's statements about Kenny King not having made a mark in the business. Hulk Hogan obviously doesn't watch wrestling then. Multiple time ROH tag champ, I should say once, but he's a fucking good wrestler. Appeared in TNA back in 2006. He's been around a while, so to say he hasn't made a mark is like someone that's just come out of OVW and's been put on like NXT or SmackDown or fucking Raw and like, who the fuck's that? Anyways, Joey Ryan, he's fucking awesome. Come on, you're gonna love that. And Matt Morgan, he's in need of a serious push. And that's my review, completely unbiased. SmackDown, who gives a shit? Raw is fucking shit, and Impact was mediocre. Had its good moments, but I'm not going to be reviewing next week's ones like that.
That was a one-off. Yeah, all I'm going to say about those two is that, yeah, Raw was okay. I mean, I watch it every week. It's okay. It could be better, but 3 hours is definitely too long.
Yes.
I agree. WCW Nitro did good with their 3 hours. Raw seemed to struggle with theirs. So that's really all for that. And in terms of Impact...
it is a superior show, yes or no?
Yeah, like, definitely. You got that TV14 old school feel like the Attitude Era days. I love... Just like the Austin Aries character is just...
The best.
Epic heel right now, yeah. Yeah, so the Impact was the better show this week.
For sure.
Right, now we get on to our next topic, the Extreme Rising big announcements come out Monday.
Holy fuck. What's it going to be? Well, first they've announced that there's going to be some people debuting for the company. Major stars, apparently. Could be anyone. Definitely looking forward to it. And also with Extreme Rising, the Luke Hawks, Matt Hardy stuff. Holy shit. This is extreme. Stronger than Hardy. Hashtag that. Stick on Twitter. Yeah, motherfucker.
Anything about WrestleMania weekend?
WrestleMania weekend, Monday again, the announcements for the shows, tickets, buildings, talent.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that.
Should. Say what I said, it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Fuck you.
Jim Cornette leaving Ring of Honor.
A loss. That's all I'll say about that. Jim Cornette, he's good as an on-air character. He's good as creative person. He's good as a commentator. He's a loss.
Yeah, I hadn't watched ROH for a while, but yeah, he was definitely a good commentator, and he was like on-air boss or real life boss, on-air boss. Yeah, he was pretty good at that, and I'd also seen him as like an on-air type boss in TNA as well. Pretty good, but I mean, I haven't seen Ring of Honor for ages, so no real loss for me. But let's see, he might end up in a big company again.
He might. No, he's also a good manager. Is what he's known by. And he's a great talker, one of the best talkers in the business. So, as to where he's going...
Anywhere with that Russo?
For sure. He'd fit the TCW mould.
Oh, yeah, without doubt.
He'd definitely fit the Extreme Rising mould, that's for sure. If you watched any of his interviews and they involve Vince Russo, you're going to hear the word fuck heaps.
Which is not PG.
Not at all.
Okay, TNA Lockdown going to a big 65,000 seat stadium next March.
Great seating selection, huh? Now, they're going to a big dome.
Yeah.
Cool. How they're going to fill that dome, they're not. There's going to be a lot of papering going around for that event. It wouldn't surprise me if it's the highest attendance in the US for any event, but it's not going to sell a lot of tickets, and don't know why. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, good on them for giving it a try, seriously. Very brave to give it a try. It's like, only, not even WWE go there for regular things. Only WWE would only go to big things like that for a WrestleMania. So for TNA to go there for one of their pay-per-views, very brave. But my honest feeling is like, what, are they going to take up 1/10 of the arena? One corner? Like, realistically, how are they going to fill it 65,000? They probably won't even get 30,000.
Will the lights be on?
Like, yeah, I mean, if they can pull something spectacular, good on them. But going by what he always tells me about their house show attendances, that's just going to be an abomination, probably.
It's going to look worse than, let's say, Extreme Rising's New York event, 29th of June. And that wasn't complete shit. It wasn't that great. There were circumstances behind it, but this is going to be even worse.
Let's just wait.
Keep speaking about lockdown, eh?
Eh?
Keep speaking about lockdown, like matches.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What are your rumours you've heard?
Jeff Hardy's going to hold the title until lockdown and versus Austin Aries.
Again, even though they've just fought a Bound for Glory and Turning Point.
Now, I hope not, and I hope if it is the case he loses there. But just thinking of Jeff Hardy as a world champ for 6 months or longer, it puts me off. And Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle, Sting, Bully Ray, and Abyss versus a team of Devon, Doc, who's a no-name, Wes Briscoe, who's still a no-name really, Garrett Bischoff, who is probably the most undeserving person on TV. I mean, he doesn't suck dick like Brooke Hogan, so he doesn't have one of those credentials. And maybe D'Lo Brown.
Aces and eights, basically. Yeah.
Next topic.
Hey, well, I'm allowed my opinion on that.
Okay, you're allowed an opinion.
Well, yeah, as he's saying, like Jeff Hardy, Austin Aries, seen it twice, but they were both good matches, but that's run its course, you know, they've had two good ones, yeah. So, yeah, probably not good to repeat that again, you know. And also, will he hold the title to lockdown? Because his contract's up in January, as far as I know, Jeff Hardy. So he could go back to WWE or he might not. So, 6 months for Jeff Hardy.
No.
Yeah, not. I would 3-4 months, okay. Not a 6 month reign, probably not. And in terms of that big tag team match, you might crap on it. I think that sounds like a really epic match.
Hulk Hogan, Garrett Bischoff. Imagine if they start the match.
No, I just think it'll be a good star power type match, but yeah. TNA cutting back on the number of pay-per-views they hold in 2013.
It's a long, long time overdue. However, I do not see it helping bring the house show attendance above 400.
Is that all?
And that's if it's not papered.
Yeah. Is that all you're saying?
That's all.
Bloody hell.
It's long overdue, point proven.
Yeah. Well, I think it's long overdue in the entire genre of wrestling, not just TNA, just wrestling of any company. It's because like WWE has expanded like in the last 10 years with more. In the last 10 years, they've expanded to more than the calendar 12. They've gone up to 15, 16 at points. They've gone down to about 13 now, but there's been speculation for years of any company dropping down to like 9 or 10. TNA is obviously the first to do this. WWE might follow. Who knows? But
they seem to copy, don't they?
Yep. But yeah, I mean, good on them for doing this. Like, like they're the first to do it, and it'll be the true test if it works well for them. Other bigger companies might test their waters on it. Definitely WWE should cut down to about like 9 or 10 as well.
They should just cut down in general.
But yeah, so basically, as far as I know so far, they're getting rid of Against All Odds.
Victory Road was one, wasn't it?
No,
Wasn't Victory Road?
I think they're getting rid of Against All Odds in February, and they're moving Lockdown from April to March. Then they're getting rid of No Surrender to make a big gap from August right to their Bound for Glory. So for bigger build-up,
smart moves.
Yeah, it's sort of like what like the biggest time in WWE season would be Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, like the road to WrestleMania. And so I guess they're trying that feel for like the August to October run with nothing in between. So see how it goes. And our last topic, is it the Prodigy?
Prodigy.
Yeah, the Prodigy Mike Bennett, who's an awesome ROH star. I think he's been cool. And he's engaged to Maria in real life. Maria from WWE. Yeah, he's in talks with WWE now.
Or Outback Jack. Maria.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, she got third on that, I think. Yeah.
Mike Bennett, he's a great talent. However, the way I look at it is if anyone goes to WWE, that's the end of their career. I'd like to see him like become successful in the business, become a multi-time world champion, but in the WWE, no fucking way. No fucking way.
Yeah, what do you think of would Maria follow him or not?
I think that should have to. She would have to.
As manager on air and everything?
Manager, sure. Yeah. Or just another fine piece of ass to look at.
Yeah. Okay. yeah, I've from what I've seen of him in ROH, I love his character, like the cocky Hollywood type. I think he is, yeah, from last I remember. And I always sort of thought that character would suit in WWE. So we'll just see how the talks go. It'd be good to see Maria back in WWE. But yeah, like hopefully he makes it to WWE. See what happens. Could become world champ. Might get released. Who knows?
Probably get released.
Who knows? We'll see what happens. But most ROH stars that go to WWE nowadays tend to get a decent going. Like Antonio Cesaro, he was within about 5 months he's US champ. Seth Rollins, he's been in developmental for a while, but he's getting a good push in the Shield. Cassius Ohno, which is Chris Hero, he's in NXT. He's probably going to come up to the main roster soon. Dean Ambrose, I don't know if he's so much Ring of Honor, but he was a mega indie star and he's made it in.
Is he John Moxley or something?
Yeah.
That's Evolve DG USA.
Yeah. But yeah, so they tend to treat the ROH people right, as opposed to bringing in TNA talent and burying them. But yeah. Okay, that's it for this episode of Wrestling Entertainment. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Google+, and Tout. See you on episode 15.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, mate.